Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak Flow, where English flows naturally. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Jake. Sophie, okay, random question. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh gosh, so many things. First it was a vet because I loved animals, then a teacher, then for like 2 years I was absolutely convinced I was going to be a famous singer.
Wait, can you sing?
No, that's the thing. I cannot sing at all, but 10-year-old Sophie didn't know that yet. I used to stand on my bed with a hairbrush and just perform. Full concerts. My sister Emma would sit on the floor and clap.
That's adorable. Emma was a good audience.
She had no choice. She was like 6. What about you?
Astronaut, 100%. I had those glow-in-the-dark stars on my ceiling and a NASA poster on my door. I was serious about it.
So what happened?
I found out you need to be really good at math. And I am not really good at math at all. Like, I almost failed algebra in 10th grade.
So from astronaut to graphic designer. That's quite the journey.
Hey, I still look at the stars sometimes from my backyard with Buddy while he's eating grass for some reason.
Dogs are weird. But you know what? This is actually such a good topic for today because we're talking about dreams and goals and how to talk about them in English.
And the thing is, people ask about this all the time. What are your goals? What do you want to do in the future? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That last one, especially if you're in a job interview.
That question. I freeze every time. But yeah, whether it's a casual conversation or something more serious, you need to be able to talk about what you want for the future. So today, we're going to give you the phrases for that.
And if you're new here, welcome. Hit subscribe so you don't miss episodes like this. We put them out every week, and your subscribe really helps us reach more people who are learning English.
Okay, so let me start with something that I think confuses a lot of people. The difference between a dream and a goal. Because in some languages, they're almost the same word, but in English, they feel different.
Do they though? I feel like people use them interchangeably.
Kind of, but not exactly. So a dream is usually something big, something aspirational, maybe even a little unrealistic. Like, my dream is to travel the world, or my dream is to write a novel.
And a goal is more concrete?
Yeah, a goal usually has a plan behind it. My goal is to save $10,000 by the end of the year. There's a number, a deadline, it's specific.
So a dream is the big picture, and the goal is the step you're taking to get there.
Sometimes, but honestly, they overlap a lot. You can say, my dream is to start my own business, and my goal is to start my own business. Both work. The dream version just sounds a bit more emotional, romantic.
I think I disagree a little. I think dream can also sound less serious. Like if I say, my dream is to live on a beach and do nothing, nobody takes that as a real plan.
That's fair. But if you say, my goal is to live on a beach and do nothing,
Then people think you're lazy.
or very strategic about retirement. Okay, so let's practice both. Say this with me. My dream is to travel to every country in the world.
My dream is to travel to every country in the world. And now my goal is to learn 3 languages.
My goal is to learn 3 languages. Good. Now let's talk about how to actually describe your plans for the future, because this is where people get stuck. Not the vocabulary, but the structure.
What do you mean?
Like, what verb forms do you use? So in English, the most common ways to talk about the future are I want to, I'm planning to, I'm going to, and I hope to. And they all feel slightly different.
Okay, let's go through them. I want to is the basic one, right?
Yeah, I want to start my own business. I want to learn guitar. It's simple, direct, but it doesn't tell you anything about whether you're actually doing something about it.
Oh, that's true. I want to learn guitar could mean I'm taking lessons, or it could mean I've been saying that for 5 years and haven't touched one.
Which is it for you, by the way?
It's been 2 years. I bought the guitar. It's in my closet. We don't need to talk about this.
Okay, so I'm planning to is stronger. It means you've actually thought about how. I'm planning to start a business next year. There's intention and maybe even a timeline.
I'm planning to finally learn guitar this summer. See, now it sounds like I might actually do it.
Might. The key word is might.
And then I'm going to is even stronger. It sounds like a decision that's made. I'm going to apply for that job. I'm going to move to a new city. It's more certain.
And I hope to?
I hope to has some uncertainty. You want it, but you're not sure it'll happen. I hope to get promoted this year. I hope to visit Japan someday.
Someday. That word is doing a lot of work there. I hope to visit Japan someday versus I'm going to visit Japan next March. Those feel very different.
Totally. And it's not about one being better. It depends on how realistic or how decided you are. Let me practice with something real. So my actual real goal right now is to run a half marathon.
Wait, really? Since when?
Since about 3 weeks ago. My friend from work did one and she posted all these pictures and I just thought, I want to do that. But right now I can only run like 3 kilometers before I want to die. So I'm planning to run a half marathon is honest. I'm going to run a half marathon feels like a lot of pressure. And I hope to run a half marathon sounds like I don't believe in myself.
So which one do you use?
Depends on who I'm talking to. With you, I'm planning to. With my mom, who'll worry, I'm thinking about maybe doing a half marathon at some point. Haha.
That's a good point, though. We adjust how we talk about our goals based on who's listening.
And that's something textbooks don't teach you, right? The difference between I want to, I'm planning to, I'm going to, and I hope to, those are all easy words. But knowing which one to use when, that's where real fluency lives. It's the same gap we talk about a lot. You know the words, but using them naturally in the right moment is a whole different thing.
And is that what your From Stuck to Fluent thing covers?
Yeah, actually, 30 days of practicing exactly that. Not learning more words, but getting better at using the ones you already know. Real situations, real decisions about what to say and when. If that sounds useful, the QR code's on screen, or check the link in the pinned comment. The bonus guides, including 500 everyday phrases, are only available for a limited time, though.
Cool. Okay, let me bring up something else. Talking about goals in the past. Because sometimes you need to talk about things you wanted to do before, not just what you want now.
Oh, good. Like, I always wanted to be a singer?
Haha, yeah. Or when I was younger, I dreamed of becoming an astronaut. Those past tense versions are important.
They are. So, I used to dream of is a great phrase for that. I used to dream of living abroad. It means it was your dream before, maybe it isn't anymore.
I used to want to be, same idea. I used to want to be an astronaut.
And here's a useful one. I always wanted to, plus a verb. I always wanted to learn how to surf. I always wanted to visit New Zealand.
That one's interesting because sometimes it means you still want to. Like, I always wanted to go to Japan. That might mean you haven't gone yet, but you still want to.
Totally. It's a bit ambiguous on purpose. The tone and context tell you whether it's a dead dream or a living one.
A dead dream or a living one? That sounds like a book title.
Write it down. Anyway, let's talk about something I think is really important. Goals that didn't work out. Because life happens, right? Not everything goes according to plan.
This is actually, this happened to me recently. You know, I've been freelancing for a while. And last year, my goal was to grow my client list to the point where I could hire someone to help me. Like, expand from just me to a small team.
I didn't know that. So what happened?
I lost 2 big clients in the same month. Just timing. One company restructured, the other one cut their design budget. So instead of growing, I was basically starting over. I had to adjust my goals, which is a nice way of saying my goals adjusted themselves, whether I liked it or not.
That sucks. I'm sorry. But adjust your goals is actually a useful phrase. And it didn't work out. That's probably the most common way to say something didn't go as planned.
It didn't work out. Yeah. Not dramatic, not blaming anyone, just it didn't happen.
You can also say it didn't go as planned, or things didn't go the way I expected.
And what about when you give up on something on purpose? Like you decide, no, this isn't for me anymore.
Give up on is one way. I gave up on becoming a singer. But give up can sound a bit negative, like you failed. A softer way is I moved on, or I changed direction.
I changed direction sounds much better. Like it's a choice, not a failure.
I originally wanted to study law, but I changed direction and went into marketing instead. That's actually kind of my real story, by the way.
Wait, you wanted to be a lawyer?
For like 2 semesters.
My dad is an accountant, and he was so excited when I said I was interested in law. He already had the whole thing planned out in his head, his daughter the lawyer. And then I took an intro to marketing class as an elective, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do.
How did your dad take it?
He was quiet for a few days, and then he came around. He said, as long as you're excited about it, I'm happy. Which was, yeah, that was a good moment.
That's nice. And the vocabulary there is perfect. I changed direction. You didn't fail at law. You found something better.
And there's also, I pursued something else. Pursue means to go after something, to work toward it actively. She decided to pursue a career in music. It's a bit formal, but really useful.
Pursue your dreams. People say that a lot.
They do. And when you're encouraging someone, you can say, go for it, which is super casual. Or you should totally do that. Or the classic, follow your dreams.
Does anyone actually say follow your dreams in real life? Or is that just on motivational posters?
Mostly posters and graduation speeches. In real conversations, you'd probably say something like, that sounds amazing, you should go for it. Or, what's stopping you?
What's stopping you? That's a good one. Direct.
Maybe too direct sometimes. Like if someone says, my dream is to quit my job and open a bakery, and you say, what's stopping you? That could come across as either encouraging or slightly aggressive.
Depends on the tone. If you say it with a smile, it's supportive. If you say it with crossed arms, it's judgmental.
So much of English is tone. Anyway, let me bring up another situation, asking other people about their goals. Because this comes up in conversations all the time, and people sometimes ask it in a weird way.
What do you mean?
Like, what is your ambition? That's technically correct, but it sounds like a job interview from 1985.
Tell me about your 5-year plan. Yeah, that's stiff.
So, more natural ways to ask are, what are you working toward? Or do you have any plans for the future? Or just, what's next for you?
What's next for you? I love that one. It's casual, it's open. You can answer with anything from I'm changing jobs to I'm trying to figure that out.
And what are you working toward is nice because it implies action. Like, what are you actively doing, not just dreaming about?
There's also where do you see yourself in 5 years, which I know Sophie hates.
I don't hate it. I just never know how to answer it. Like, 5 years? I don't know what I'm having for dinner tonight.
That's fair. But it is a common question, especially in interviews. So a good way to answer is, in 5 years, I see myself plus whatever your goal is. In 5 years, I see myself managing a team or leading my own projects.
Or, if you want to be honest, in 5 years, I see myself figuring it out one day at a time.
Maybe don't say that in an interview.
Probably not. Okay, let me also cover aspire, because it's a word people know but don't use right.
Aspire?
Yeah, I aspire to. It means you have a strong desire to achieve something. I aspire to become a doctor. It's more formal, more elevated.
When do you actually use it?
Honestly, more in writing than in speaking, like in a cover letter or an essay. In casual conversation, I want to be a doctor sounds more natural than I aspire to be a doctor.
Unless you're trying to impress someone.
Maybe. There's also aim. I'm aiming for a promotion, or I'm aiming to finish my degree this year. That's more casual than aspire, but still shows intention.
I'm aiming for, like you're pointing at the target. I like that image.
Let's do a quick practice. I'll ask you some questions about your future, and you answer naturally. Ready?
Go for it.
What are you working toward right now?
Honestly, I'm trying to build my client base back up after last year. I'm aiming to get 3 new regular clients by the summer.
Nice. And what's something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet?
I've always wanted to travel through South America, like a proper trip, a month, maybe 2, not a rushed vacation. But it hasn't worked out yet because of money and timing.
And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself running a small design studio, maybe 2 or 3 people, and hopefully I'll have made that South America trip by then.
See how natural that was? He used aiming to, always wanted to, hasn't worked out, I see myself.
all in a normal answer.
Didn't even think about it, which I guess is the point.
That is the point. Okay, quick review. For talking about your future, I want to, I'm planning to, I'm going to, I hope to, I'm aiming to.
For dreams specifically, my dream is to, I've always wanted to, I used to dream of.
For when things don't work out, it didn't work out, I changed direction, I adjusted my goals.
And for asking others, what are you working toward? What's next for you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with us.
If this was helpful, subscribe. It really does help us grow. And give it a like so the algorithm shares this with more English learners.
Share it with a friend who's learning English too. We're all on this journey together.
Okay, Sophie, question for the comments.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Tell us, what's one goal you're working toward right now? And what's one dream you had as a kid? Use the phrases from today, like I'm planning to, or I used to dream of, or I'm aiming for.
And if your childhood dream was as unrealistic as 9, we definitely want to hear it.
We love reading those. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Keep practicing, keep dreaming, and keep making plans.
See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.